the news, the President MUHAMMADU Buhari transmits a supplementary 2023 appropriation bill to the National Assembly, blames floods. Former President of the Nigerian Bar Association, OLISA AGBAKOBA, heading to court, insists EFCC must not undermine rule of law. Peru orders Mexican ambassador to leave within 72 hours after Mexico granted asylum to ousted Peruvian President CASTILLO. Team Nigeria qualifies for the curling event of the 2024 Youth Winter Olympics. And this is the MLC Tv News reaching live from the city of Lokoja, the confluent state of Nigeria. My name is Matthias Ayodeji Peter. The President MUHAMMADU Buhari has transmitted a supplementary 2023 appropriation bill to the National Assembly. Speaker of the House of Representatives Femi Gbajabiamila read out the content of the cover letter on the bill to members on Wednesday. According to the President, Nigeria witnessed the worst flood incident in recent history, which has caused massive destruction on farmlands, adding that the country now risks food insecurity. He stressed that the floods affected several roads and bridges across the 36 states of the Federation. The supplementary budget got to the Federal Parliament about 24 hours before the passage of the 2023 appropriation bill. The President only transmitted the Finance Bill 2023 to the National Assembly on Tuesday. The President MUHAMMADU Buhari launched the National Monitoring and Evaluation Platform, IMAC. Buhari launched the project monitoring website www.imac.ng with its accompanying mobile app shortly before the weekly Federal Executive Council meeting at the Council Chambers of the Presidential Villa, Abuja. The President noted that the federal government could no longer depend on its handful of monitoring and evaluation teams to oversee the vast number of infrastructure projects spread nationwide. He said that given that his regime has invested in infrastructure projects more than any other before, it is only fitting to create adequate avenues for close monitoring by citizens. He said this will close the existing gap and promote citizen participation in governance. Buhari also blamed the spate of corruption on the poor implementation of infrastructure projects across the country. With IMAC, the President said the status of projects, total amounts appropriated and dispensed so far are now available in the public space. He urged ministries, departments and agencies to cooperate with the coordinating Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning to avail the required information to be captured on the platform. The Challenge Parenthood Initiative CPI has confirmed that out of the 2,788,335 population of Kogi State, only 646,623 people have been vaccinated against the COVID-19 pandemic as of November 2022. The Executive Director CPI, Eunice Abimbola Agbogun, gave the details when she briefed journalists on enhancing demand creation and uptake of the COVID-19 vaccine project in the state, executed by CPI in collaboration with Center for Information, Technology and Development. She expressed worries that only 23% target eligible population have so far been vaccinated. Our reporter tells us more.
Eunice Agbogun said data from Kogi State Primary Health Care Development Agency shows that the total number of people vaccinated as of November 2021 was over 125,833, noting that the low figure was due to myths and misconceptions that surrounded the vaccine and its effects.
Some had been badly brainwashed through social media that taking the vaccine could result in infertility, maiming, and magnetic body sites of vaccination, which deter them from yielding themselves to getting vaccinated. Some were expectant of financial inducement before they would accept the vaccination due to false information that the government attached such an incentive to the administration of the vaccine. Other beliefs again, adamant individuals. Death comes by any means. With or without the vaccine, one would die. Hence, vaccine have no shield or effect against any individual's health status.
The Executive Director explained that the achieved target is too low when compared to the national average of 65%. Hence, the state has a lot to do to measure up.
The total number of population vaccinated when the project commenced, when we started this project in 2021, was 125,833. And by the end of November 2022, the figure has increased to 646,623. So we can see some very significant progress there. As of Monday, December 19, 2022, the NCDC website reports that 266,381 infections and 3,155 deaths have been reported in 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. On Friday, December 16, 2022, the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency reported that 59,867,077 eligible persons have been fully vaccinated, while 12,403,486 of the eligible persons are partially vaccinated. The proportion of fully vaccinated represents over 54% of the target population.
Agbakoba appealed to KOGI state government to provide mobility and proper supervision for self-delivering of vaccine to the people living in remote areas to increase the vaccination rate in hard-to-reach communities in the state.
Security challenge. Most local governments suffered internal security challenges ranging from banditry, kidnapping, and intercommunal clashes, e.g. Basa and Omala local government. Hard-to-reach communities, lack of mobility to transport staff and their equipment, and for proper supervision and mobilization at the grassroots due to the difficult terrain, access roads and river. Wrong data entry at the local government level. Non-adherence to the approved data template by the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency at the local government level due to inadequate basic knowledge of data entry, and no availability of mobile device that meets the specification for the job.
The CPI, who also solicited prompt remuneration for health workers involved in COVID-19 vaccine campaign, all stakeholders to continue to encourage adherence to health and hygienic guidelines from relevant agencies.
The issue of non-payment of stipends due to healthcare providers involved in COVID-19 Scale 3 campaign is impeding coverage in many local governments. It is good to note that the Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19 on the 12th of December 2022 has approved the relaxation of all COVID-19 safety measures and travel advisories, including the lifting of protocols for travelers, the compulsory use of face masks in public spaces, and restriction on mass gathering. NCDC nevertheless urged Nigeria to get vaccinated, complete their vaccination dose, and take other essential preventive actions.
She charged for the need to sustain the current CPI and SIDAT-sponsored public education program, airing in the indigenous languages, including other incentives for a better delivery. The CPI Chief Executive encouraged health workers and volunteers to actively participate in the exercise. Faith Abdul-Ghaffar reporting for MLC TV.
In a 16th day of celebrating Girl Child, the world through the government, NGOs and civil societies have continued to mark the day by calling to end violence and sexual abuse against girls. They call on all arms of government to domesticate the laws against any form of ill treatment against the girl child. The founder and chief executive for Connected Development, Lawal, who visited secondary schools to donate sanitary pads as part of the effort to support hygiene, menstruation, and period poverty, commended Governor Yahaya Bello for signing VAP and other girl child bills into law in the state. Hamza charged the girl students to speak out if they go through any inhumane condition at home or in school. Let us join Khadijat Mohammed for more.
The non-governmental organization Connected Development has urged leaders and government functionaries to listen to girl child in order to provide the needed support for them. At the Queen of Opozu College, Okene, the chief executive of the organization, Hamza Lawal, said that continuous advocacy against sexual and gender violence will in no distant time yield fruits that will ensure girl child move freely around without fear of the unknown.
As we wind up our campaign, on the 16 days of activism to end sexual and gender-based violence, and engage in policy makers and decision makers on ensuring that they domesticate the Violence Against People's Prohibition Act. Today in Kogi State, we're meeting with young girls in a secondary school to say that, you know, the Safe School initiative is important, and this is one school that has showed modeling on how it's important to ensure that the school environment is safe, but most importantly conducive, where there are wash facilities, and when girls are menstruating, they can actually come to school and get educated. And the community that houses the school also cooperates with the school to ensure that they protect the girls and they get knowledge and education.
Hamza said about 20 million children are out of school and over 70% are females. He then commended Governor Yahya Bello for prioritizing education in the state, saying women should be trained to take political roles in Nigeria.
Have underage marriage and forced marriage, particularly in northern Nigeria. But in Kogi State, it's a model because here the governor have ensured that no underage child is married out off. He has also ensured that the schools have perimeter fencing, they have water, sanitation and hygiene facility. The schools have toilets separate for boys and separate for that of girls. So even if they are menstruating, they can come to school and they are dignified in school.
He advised the girl child to value education and study hard to become successful in life.
But we also believe that women must now start to make decisions for women and also for men. I'm here today because my mother ensured I got educated. If every girl child gets educated, their children will get educated and no child will be out of school. And I believe that for us to ensure that we have affirmative action for women, women must start taking political decisions that affect them directly. Today in Kogi State, all the vice chairmen of all the local governments are women. This is a model that other states should adopt. But we should do much more than that. We should ensure that women take the front line in deciding the fate of our nation, because every country that integrates women in her decision making is a country that would prosper. And I believe that we can achieve the sustainable development goal in Nigeria if we have more women in political offices.
When asked why the NGO has embarked on providing sanitary pads for girl students, the Media and Communication Officer of the Connected Development, Sheung Durojaye, said it is their decision to reduce period poverty and to stop menstruation stigmatization.
For a long time, there's been a culture of silence and stigma around menstruation and menstrual hygiene. And what this has done has limited girls and their options. First of all, the menstrual hygiene products are too expensive and inaccessible for a lot of young girls. And this has contributed to the shroud of secrecy that has enveloped the term of menstruation and everything about it. We're here today because we want to show girls that there is no shame in menstruation. We can all join hands together to stop period poverty. Because if girls don't have access to the menstrual hygiene products they need, we're doing them a disservice. We can see that a lot of children, a lot of girls especially, are out of school today. Some of them actually miss school, especially when they are on their periods. And we can stop this if we decide to fight period poverty.
The principal of Queen Apostle College, Okene, Adinoy Mary Ovayoza, and the school head girl appreciated Connected Development for their support.
Well, I really appreciate your effort for coming to this school. I'm overwhelmed. By the time I saw you people, the caliber of people entering the school, showing concern for my students, leaving your comfort zone to be here to see the welfare of the students, I was overwhelmed. I really appreciate your being here at this moment. I'm very grateful.
They should not be shy because there is no shame in menstruation. We appreciate it. That we would like you to do it more next time. Okay?
Connected Development is ready to partner with both government and individuals to provide the necessary support for the girl child in Nigeria. Khadijat Mohammed, reporting for MLC TV.
It is the 10th edition of Treasure Bakery and Restaurant Christmas Carol and Thanksgiving held at the premises of Treasure Bakery and Restaurant in Lokoja. Over 100 widows and less privileged across the 3 senatorial districts of Kogi State received cash and other gift items as their Christmas package. It was also a moment of praise and thanksgiving for the entire management and staff of the company. The CEO of the company, Femi Akonde, said it has been part of his lifestyle to give thanks and praises to God for all he has done for him and the family and to extend the same love to the needy. Our reporter who covered the story tells us more.
Rice, semovita, spaghetti, wrappers, and cash were put together for each person who attended Treasure Carol Day. It was fun and praises led by various Christian artists. The founder and chairman of Treasure Bakery and Restaurants, Femi Akonde, said, "It's the season to give back to the needy and to bless the name of the Lord for his goodness in his daily life." The widows are encouraged to be thankful at all times and to live a positive life in society. He called on those who have to support the less privileged at such a time like this.
The whole idea came when I was in Form 2, CNS College to be precise. I haven't attended the popular carols on the rock in Ilorin. There and then, the Lord spoke to me. I was ministered to, and I was led into giving a vow that if the Lord can do same as in giving me an establishment of my own, I will raise a praise altar. A lot of people, they have circled that date on their calendar, December 20th. It's a program everybody look forward to attending. And we've been doing that consistently in the last 10 years. We have not stopped praising God. Just like one of the speakers said during the program, that if you have just 2 akara, eat one, give the other one out. So I will still want to share that same message, that no matter your level in life, there are people under you. There are people that you are higher than. Just give, and you will always receive in Jesus' name.
Akonde used the occasion to commend the state governor Yaya Bello, who has deemed it fit that security is everyone's right, saying the state is better now.
God has been the ultimate protector, but on the angle of the government, I would say kudos to them. They've been able to fight the security, and that's the reason why we can even gather to do this.
Beneficiaries Adegbola Elizabeth and Olorunrayetan Lizzie appreciated Femi Akonde for his continuous good gestures towards widows annually.
I'm very happy for having this gift because I didn't even expect this much. So I pray that the Lord will increase the man. As he's given, God will enlarge his coast and bless his family as well.
I'm so happy today with all these gifts that Treasure has given unto we the widows. He has touched the heart of God. This is what God wanted, that we should take care of widows and the orphans and the needy. And Mr. Femi Akonde has done that today. He has touched our heart. He has touched the heart of widows, and we are so happy. We are so happy. We have clothes, we have food, we have drinks. He gave us food and drinks. We are happy. We pray for him that Treasure will continue to go up higher and higher, that he will never know any hunger. Him and his generation, they will never hunger in Jesus' name.
Staff and members of the family and guests also commended Akonde and prayed to God for more grace upon him to keep doing the good work. Describe him as a focused and visionary leader.
It's our custom every year. As the Lord is blessing us, out of what is blessing us with, we are just giving out a little to say, Father, we thank you. My advice for the widows especially is that they should take proper care of the children that the Lord has given unto them, not minding the situation they find themselves. They should do their best to make sure that their children are great and mighty.
He is from MUHAMMADU local government, but this program cut across KOGI state. We have Igala, we have Ibira, we have Nupe, we have different kind of people, and also Form 1, that is Federation of Muslim Women, were also present. The Khan were also present. Every tribes were represented here. So it makes it to be holistic. And I pray that the grace of God will continue to abide with him.
Femi Akonde, he has taught a lot of lessons to people. Religious tolerance is key in what I've taken home today. And I pray that every other person will be able to preach the spirit of togetherness, living together, the spirit of tolerance, and the spirit of giving, sharing love. You don't have to have so much to give. Give from what you are given, and you will be blessed. Because the hand that gives, receives.
It is the 10th years of Carol to mark Christmas by the Treasure Bakery and Restaurants at 11 years. It was attended by women, young and old ones in society who saturated the atmosphere with praise, singing and dancing. It is indeed a season of love, as the people say. Let love lead by your expression to one another. Esther Michael reporting for MLC TV.
In order to legally prove its stance that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has been breaking the rule of law, especially with the manner it prosecutes matters relating to states of the Federation, former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Dr. OLISA AGBAKOBA, has said he is heading to court. AGBAKOBA said he will be praying the court for a declaration on the exact scope of powers of the commission, especially in relation to states of the Federation, while maintaining that the EFCC must not, in the fight against corruption, undermine the rule of law. He quoted a very recent decision, Dr. Joseph Wobike v. the Federal Republic of Nigeria, in which the Supreme Court drastically limited the scope of powers of the EFCC, as it recognized that the EFCC, being very powerful, could not be allowed to run amok. The senior advocate of Nigeria spoke in a statement he released on Tuesday evening titled, "The scope of powers of the EFCC will be tested by the courts." According to him, how a state spends its money should not be the business of the anti-graft agency. He had accused the EFCC of impunity, saying that assuming it was the Commission's business to inquire how the state spent its money, would it still be its lawful business to investigate it? We go on a short break now. We'll be right back.
Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. And now on foreign. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said he is on his way to Washington, where he will meet US President Joe Biden. It is his first foreign trip since Russia invaded in February. The White House has also confirmed the trip and said it will supply Ukraine with a Patriot missile battery, significantly increasing the country's air defense capability. Zelensky will also address Congress and hold a number of meetings. Zelensky regularly hosts foreign leaders in the capital, Kyiv, and has visited troops around Ukraine. The Ukrainian president has also spoken frequently to world leaders over the telephone and by video call, often from his office in Kyiv. But the surprise visit to a foreign country marks the first since the war began, and also signals the importance of Ukraine's relationship with the US, which has played a leading role in providing military support. In his briefing ahead of Zelensky's visit, the White House confirmed a new package of nearly $2 billion of security assistance for Ukraine. That includes a new Patriot missile system, which will help Ukraine to protect its infrastructure against Russian attacks. Ukraine officials have long been appealing for more powerful air defense system from the West. The White House said it will train Ukrainian troops on how to use the Patriot system in a third country, and that this will take some time. Peru has ordered the Mexican ambassador to leave within 72 hours after Mexico granted asylum to the family of ousted Peruvian President Pedro Castillo. Castillo was removed from office earlier this month after he tried to dissolve Congress. He is being investigated in Peru on charges of rebellion and conspiracy. But Mexico has been supportive of the ousted president and said early on that it was considering granting him asylum. Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador had called the removal of Castillo undemocratic. Mexican Foreign Minister Marcelo Ebrard said on Tuesday that the government was negotiating safe passage for the family of Castillo, who were inside Mexico's embassy in the Peruvian capital, Lima. His Peruvian counterpart, Ana Cecilia Gavassi, said safe passage had been granted, but Mexico's decision to grant asylum caused further anger in Peru, and Mexican Ambassador Pablo Monroe has been declared persona non grata by the government. Peruvian opposition legislator Maria del Carmen Alva accused Mexico of sheltering the corrupt. Elon Musk said he would resign as the chief executive officer of Twitter once he finds a replacement, in an apparent response to a poll he launched that suggested users wanted him to step down. Musk has fully owned Twitter since October 27 and has repeatedly courted controversy as the CEO, sacking half of its staff and readmitting far-right figures to the platform, suspending journalists and trying to charge for previously free services. In the poll result, which was posted, 57% of voters, or 10 million votes, favored Musk stepping down just weeks after he took ownership of the company for $44 billion. Musk has used the Twitter polls to take other decisions on the platform, including the reinstatement of the account of former United States President Donald Trump and other suspended users. And now on sports, let's join Jonah Malik.
And on sports updates, Team Nigeria has qualified for the calling event of the 2024 Youth Winter Olympics. This was made known by the president of the Nigeria Curling Federation, Daniel Damola, who confirmed the country's qualification for both the mixed and mixed double events. The 2024 Youth Winter Olympic is scheduled to take place at the Gangwon Province, South Korea from January 19th to February 1st. According to him, Nigeria's qualification for the Youth Winter Olympic was secured after the country became the sole participating team from Africa at the World Junior B Curling Championship held in Finland. He said the qualification ticket and the official notification will be sent to Nigeria Olympic Committee in March 2023. Damola also noted that the recent successes have been from personal sacrifices since there has been zero sponsorship from government quotas, stated that more can be achieved if the federation gets the needed support. Still on sports, Chelsea have appointed Christopher Vivel as the new technical director. German Vivel, 36, was previously head of scouting and recruitment at RB Salzburg in Austria and oversaw the signing of Erling Haaland in 2019. His most recent position was recruiting across all age groups at Bundesliga side RB Leipzig in his native Germany. Vivel succeeded Peter Sech, the former Blues goalkeeper who left this summer after 3 years in the role. Chelsea chairman Todd Boehly said Vivel would provide support for manager Graham Potter. On his move to Stamford Bridge, Vivel said Chelsea are building the most exciting project in global football and is extremely proud to be joining the club. Chelsea resumed the Premier League campaign following the World Cup with a home match against Bournemouth on the 27th of December. Argentina World Cup parade was suspended due to safety concern after fans attempted to join the players on the bus by jumping from a bridge. Over 4 million people took to the streets of Buenos Aires on Tuesday to celebrate with Argentina's players and the World Cup trophy. But Argentina team bus was forced to make an emergency detour as 2 men risked severe injury by trying to board the vehicle. The first man who jumped successfully made it into the bus despite Argentina's player clearly urging him to stay on the bridge, but the second man jumped too late, hit back of the bus and fell on the road. Security officials then took the decision to call an early halt to the parade, and the players were taken back to the national team training base in the outskirts of Buenos Aires by helicopter. Argentina's World Cup parade was scheduled to run across 18 miles and finish at the Obelisco de Buenos Aires in the city center. Alberto Crescenti, head of the emergency medical service in Buenos Aires, confirmed there have been 8 injured, some with arm and leg fractures due to climbing traffic lights and different places where one should not climb. During the celebration on Sunday evening after Argentina's World Cup victory in Qatar, Crescenti revealed that a further 340 people were injured. A statement from Argentine's Football Association said the players of the Argentine soccer team ended the festivities by flying over in a helicopter over the crowd of fans who gathered in the city. They made a decision after verifying that they could not continue advancing by bus in the middle of the crowd. And that's sports update on MLC TV News. I am Malik Jonah reporting. Back to Akasta for more stories.
And in our entertainment news, according to reports across social media, there have been another casualty from the stampede at Ashake's Bristol show. According to reports, a 23-year-old Gabriel Uchestin, who was on the security team for the event, had passed away, thus becoming the second person to die from the stampede at Ashake's sold-out show in Bristol O2 Arena. A Nigerian, Rebecca Ikumelu, had earlier passed from injuries sustained during the stampede after thousands of fans who didn't have tickets tried to force their way through the gate. Ashake has been overwhelmed by grief as he shared his deepest condolences to Rebecca's family as he described the event as regretful. Ashake had put out a notice before the show that fans without valid tickets shouldn't show up as there won't be tickets at the venue. However, this didn't deter hundreds of fans without tickets from showing up and trying to force their way in. The events at Bristol are being investigated by the police. Anita and her estranged husband Paul Okoye have been granted a divorce by an Abuja High Court in the Federal Capital Territory, Maitama. It can be recalled that Anita Okoye and one of the members of the singing group P-Square, Paul Okoye, had been married for 8 years when the former filed for divorce from the latter, alleging a number of problems. Anita stated her choice to divorce her spouse as being motivated by 5 main factors: infidelity, a fixed separation, being an absent parent, fraud and other challenging situations. It was reported that she consequently asked for a $20,000 monthly settlement as well as many of her ex-husband's luxurious houses. Anita had earlier stated in a divorce petition which was filed by Anthony's Ojonimi Akpe and Okutepa JS that she paid 10 million naira as part of a deal with her husband to be given space in the mall he had recently finished in Lekki, Lagos. Anita went on to accuse Okoye of cheating her out of a deal to build a mall to be jointly owned. Anita allegedly failed to substantiate each and every claim in her petition to the court, so she chose to drop them and settle instead. On October 20, 2022, the court issued a decision on the matter, awarding the parties shared custody of the kids. However, the petitioner did not receive any financial compensation in the form of alimony or a settlement. The duo met in 2004 during their undergraduate days at the University of Abuja. They married on March 22, 2014 in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. They have 3 children together: Andre, born in 2013, and the twins Nathan and Nadia, born in 2017. And that's the size of our package today. Join us tomorrow at the same hour to watch our news as we give you updates on happenings within and across the globe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, MLC TV. Like and follow our Facebook page, MLC TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, Twitter at MLC TV 1. For your event coverage, information, contribution, advert, and sponsorship, please call any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join us Friday and Saturday to watch our special programs. It's MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. I am Matthias Ayodeji Peter. Please continue to be your brother's keeper to build a united and peaceful society together. Thanks for watching. Till I come your way tomorrow. Bye.